Hello, 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 and welcome to Q&A Thursday. Looking a little bit different today, but you know what? That's okay. Sometimes these things happen. Just getting it right out the front, out the way. I was recently in contact with someone who later tested positive for COVID, so I'm home being safe. And for the meantime, that's just the way we're going to play it until I can get my test in and find out what the deal is. And I think the other guys, Anthony, kind of same deal. But yeah, and in Levi's case, you told on the podcast basically earlier this week, but you can kind of fill them in because I know people
Yeah,
wonder, oh, why are you
but
going home?
here's the deal. Here's the deal.
Yeah,
So I was home. I was supposed to be back in the office today. However,
you were.
my
Yeah.
wife contracted strep throat. So she went into the doctor yesterday,
Worst.
tested positive for strep and negative for COVID. Woo! So
That's a
I'm
positive. That's
basically,
a
yeah,
negative.
so
That's a positive, negative, something. Yeah.
yeah. So I've been home not only for that, but then now for Thursday and Friday. Basically, your mom was like, "Hey, just take the rest of the week. We'll see you on Monday." Um, so this way I can keep hopefully try and keep the household running as best as I can. And truth be told, it's a lot harder than it looks. My wife is a saint, and I don't know how she does it. So it's been me and my mother-in-law here trying to just keep everything going between the two of us. So kudos
Well,
to
best of luck.
kudos to my wife for all the hard work she does around here because I can't do this every day, and I see why she goes crazy. So
And Anthony recently had his birthday here, so of course there's a happy birthday in order. Oh, I thought he was going to
Thank
talk.
you.
Sorry,
So
it's a
can you
delay
guys
and
actually
stuff.
hear me?
yeah, I hear you just fine,
Yes, yes,
Anthony.
we can hear you.
Okay, so you guys can hear me. One thing that I just want to point out, I don't have any audio in my headphones, so I'm just gonna kind of smile, nod along, and lightly turn up my
Oh no.
volume to hear everybody.
There you go. That's the way to do
Oh,
it.
that's gonna be okay. So any rate, oh boy, I'm hearing double. Okay, so that's gonna drive me absolutely insane. Any rate, what about housekeeping? Let's talk housekeeping because there's a big sale going on, stuff people need to know about. There's ambassadors, all this stuff. Anthony, go ahead, take it away. What else going on?
Well, he froze now. That's
That would be
weird. All right.
freezes.
So,
Levi,
of
please.
course, at that moment, let me pull up my email here so we can talk about the 6 days of Christmas sale that's going on. For those of you
Yes.
that missed out, right? So on the 15th, we did have 30% off all PNS chemicals for that one day. And then yesterday, the 40% off all Eagle Edgeless products. So that was really great. Really excited to see that. And then today is all buy one, get one on select products, not on everything, just on select items. So you do need to go to the ragcompany.com. You do need to go to the Christmas sale shop now there, right where you see it. And that'll take you directly to whatever is happening for each link. Now, tomorrow, huge day, 30% off all Color Lock kits and Color Lock products. So if you've been wanting to jump on Color Lock and get some products, get some of the stuff, it is happening tomorrow only for 30% off. And it's a killer idea, especially like you got the shoe cleaner kit, right? You got your cleaner, you got your waterproofer. I used that, and Dane, I think you used it too. The waterproofer actually works really amazing. I was able to
Oh
get my
yeah.
shoes waterproof. I bought some new Ghost 12s and put the waterproofer on, and I've had many a bucket of soap spill on my shoes for some reason last week when we've been filming, and thankfully it stayed pretty dry. My foot stayed pretty dry, which I was pretty stoked about. So got that going on
Oh,
with the with tomorrow and the 30% off Color Lock for Friday. Then on Saturday, up to 50% off special kits. Now these are certain kits that we've created and developed. But it's a huge, huge savings, up to 50% off for Saturday. And then on Sunday, the 20th, everyday value. So our everyday value site that we have for the rag company, you can see it right there at the top, upper right corner. with a little new everything on there. So that stuff is going to have 10% off on Sunday. And those products are great because they're already heavily discounted, but then an extra 10% off those. So you're going to be able to get some really great little deals. So, and each one of these days, you get our awesome 6 days of Christmas sticker. So, Anthony, you're back. Can you talk?
I am back. Yes, I am. And I now have audio in my head, so that's good.
Good.
So,
Perfect.
anyway, yeah. So no, the deals that are going on right now. I mean, obviously, I think everybody's been picking up stuff. We've had multiple requests to bring back the PNS 30% because some people missed out, and I'm sorry if you did. But I think that a couple of the big hitting sales are definitely going to be the PNS and the Eagle sale days, and so hopefully you guys picked some stuff up. And stay tuned for the upcoming stuff. And so the BOGO stuff for today, pretty great as well. I think it's just a great time to pick up Dragos, creatures, things like that, to where maybe like more of the utility style towels. I think it's a really good time to buy.
Well, we wanted to try and hit some of these bigger brands and bigger sales you notice at the front of the week, mostly so we can get them packaged and shipped. So hopefully they can arrive in time for Christmas for some of you. So that's kind of our goal. We're trying our hardest. When I talked to Jeff earlier today, they were feverishly in the warehouse putting stuff together and trying to get orders out. So it was going swimmingly apparently. So I'm sure I'll get a call from my mom at the end of the day here telling me all about all the great stuff that went out.
Chances are.
That's awesome. Well, Dane, do you want to just jump right in? Do you want to jump head first into this, or what do you want to do? Do you want to do like a warm up, or do you want to like kind of like get them started?
Well, we got some. Yeah.
Ooh, KM here with a good question. This has been something that people have been floating around online here. Levi, this one's for you because you brought it up on the TRC Podcast Facebook group.
Yeah, I did. So KM asking, sorry, my camera just moved. KM asking about the Terry lineup switch to brush Terry. Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to move it over so I don't look like I'm looking away from my screen when I look at the screen. So talking about brushed Terry microfiber. Now, everything got moved over to brushed Terry this year. That was one of the biggest moves we made for 2020 was bringing out that brushed Terry. The goal of that was to increase not only the GSM feeling, the towels are much thicker, much denser, but then also provide a higher end experience when you grab a microfiber towel. Terry's are traditionally a very value priced style. And we wanted to try and even on our lower end models, really bring that level of quality up for a lot of folks. And that's what we were able to do. So they've moved all the way across. And in KM's next question, he goes, when did this change happen? Well, it started beginning of the year this year. So February, March was when we were getting ready to really launch those. The first towels to come out were Dragos. And then after that, we've gone through and we're slowly replacing any of the Terry weave styles. The ones that we're trying our hardest to stay away from is a 365. We want to try and keep one towel, at least in a color way. We haven't decided yet which one, but that's going to be the most that we're going to try and keep in one style for folks that really want that older style and like the durability of that current Terry style. So, and then he wanted to know, when did Amazon's Creature Edgeless stock get updated? I don't have a date on that. I'm going to say it was probably sometime in late summer is my guess, August, because that's about when we got them. And then remember, we're always running a 90-day supply to Amazon. So we always have in stock at least 90 days worth of product based on current. There you go.
Sorry, you cut off a little bit there at the end, but I think they got the point. So that's good. All right, so let's move on here. What do we have next?
Ricky Cologne saying, happy Thursday, everyone. Levi, I hope you're feeling better, brother. Anthony, happy birthday to you. And Dane, I was tailing a Jags like yours yesterday for a bit. It sounded awesome.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. I love that. All right, so now we've got Ed here. Hey guys, I live in California and water restrictions are about to tighten up again to no watering. What's your recommended wash routine for a mobile detailer? Keep in mind, dirtier cars. Thanks.
That's kind of a hard one because it really depends on the. Oh, Dane, you cut out there. Hopefully you guys can hear me.
Yeah, I guess I hear
Basically
you.
though,
I'm with you.
okay, so recommended routine for a mobile detailer. If you don't have it yet, grab yourself a capture mat because that'll help you at least enough, because there was a potential back in the old days that you couldn't even let a drop of water fall on the ground. So try and get a capture mat. But if not, though, just a simple O&R wash. And if you can, drip some stuff on the concrete, things like that. O&R, multiple buckets of O&R. So one bucket for paint, one bucket for wheels and tires, one bucket for inner fender wells and things like that. That way you can really maximize the usage of O&R. And IK sprayers make a great addition to that. They'll save you time, save you money.
Yeah.
Having a pressurized sprayer with O&R, because you can kind of get that effect. The other thing that you might want to look into, Anthony, your HVLP setup, your airless
Oh yeah.
gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like I think that's an okay option. So I was actually looking at this the other day. I think an easy option for having a pressurized spray that does not require an electric outlet or anything like that. Uh, I would probably say like so the Ryobi makes a pressure sprayer. It's like a handheld pressure sprayer, and it runs off of their Ryobi One Plus batteries that they have, and it puts out enough pressure to knock off major dirt and things like that, but not anywhere near like a like a 1700 psi pressure washer. It's just not that powerful. But basically, it's just a hose fed system to where if it was me and I was tackling, let's just say a car that had some light dirt on it or it had some mud on it or things like that, that you just need to break off before jumping into an O&R wash, I would simply take one of those type of guns like that, plug it in like torque. I think it was called the torque gun. That was one. Torque was an option, but I think that the Ryobi might be a nicer piece than that. And I just basically break
Yeah.
off all the crap on the exterior of the car, do a pre-spray, and then come back through with an IK sprayer and cover more surface area, and then go through. And that way, you're not using as much O&R, as much water. And so that might be an easy option for you, especially being mobile. It's just yeah, water restrictions suck. I think that makes everything a little bit more difficult, and hopefully you'll have customers that are a little bit more understanding of that, especially when it comes to that time. You can say, hey, I'm only allowed to use this much water, this much liquid on this, so I'm gonna do the best job I can, and hopefully they're a little bit more understanding if it's not the most perfect wash they've ever gotten. So
Yeah.
I think it's a
those
pretty
pre-sprays to bring down stuff
wash,
help.
though. Yeah.
yeah,
I think the biggest thing is pre-spraying. It's just going to take a little longer, but charge accordingly and
That's
make a
right.
plan for that. So, all right, what's next? Ricky Cologne.
All right,
Today
looks
was the
like we
last
got
day of
Ricky.
school for the kids. So I'm hoping to have more time to play with the cars and try out some products these next few days. Awesome. Congrats, dude.
Nice.
Christmas break.
Nothing wrong with that. And then we got Alex here.
Happy belated birthday, Anthony.
Oh, sorry.
thank you, appreciate
Go
it.
ahead, Dane.
Oh, happy Thursday to the rest of the TRC crew. Days are special too. Very excited for the new round of Grandambassadors. Such a great thing. Best of luck to all.
Yep, the applications are going to be going out today. I think it'll be up on IG today. Depending on when we can get they have some slides that we have to get all done up. Depending on when we get those up, it can be today or it could be tomorrow. It just depends on the time frame. And so some people might like it to be open going into Friday all the way through the weekend and then being open for the next week. That might be a little bit nicer for people, but whatever works. It'll be up within the next day, basically.
Okay. And next up here, we got Ken Jeeper. Snow day today. Let's not miss this one. But then he follows up by saying, at KM, my initials too. Haha. Anyways, it must have just happened recently. He's talking about the brushed conversion that they were mentioning earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I ordered 4 creatures from OG. 3 were brushed and 1 was not. The brush really benefits the longer nap.
It really makes that towel more closer
really
towards an eagle. Yeah.
Mm.
Makes it feel more like an eagle or close to an eagle in that sense. So
for the people who don't like that kind of tacky feel that you get with some inexpensive closed loop style towels.
Yeah.
Grant
All
Hawtrey
right.
reminiscing my favorite Simpsons episode of all time,
Mm.
because that's when Homer uses the words, "I'll give it a good home," in reference to a sandwich. And something that I've been saying for the past 30 years that episode debuted, when it comes to looking at the piece of food that I want to eat. So, Grant saying, rumor has it the Simpsons episode Selma's Choice, in where Homer eats a giant submarine sandwich and gets sick, was based on a true life story of Dane, hence why he's at home again today. He
There's only
keeps
so
eating
many
that
storylines.
sandwich. It's
Eventually,
like
they just mimic
he
real
got it
life.
at it was like a Super Bowl Sunday party. He ate it, and then they were like, man, we got this like 8-foot sub, and he's like, don't worry, I'll give it a good home. And it shows like Easter, and he's still eating it, that same sandwich, and it's green. And then Marge is like, Homer, you look like you're gonna die, like as he's all white and sick and like just like out of color. She throws the sandwich away, and then he looks at the trash and pulls it out, and it's like this much left, and he's like, I could never be mad at you. And he tries to eat it again, and she tries to slap it out of his hands. It's this rotten sandwich that he's still eating. It's the best.
Disgusting.
It's the best. Yeah.
Classic.
All right.
Pfeiffer here. You got this one.
Word
Levi.
up from Minnesota. Got my R2R signature edition gallon yesterday. Thanks, guys. You're welcome, man. It was our pleasure to sign it for you. All right.
Awesome.
What's up next? We got Alkaline coming up here. Just
Alkaline.
re-enlisted in the Air Force for another 4 years, and it's Q&A day. Today's my lucky day. Very nice, man. Congrats.
Heck yeah, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you for your service, brother.
The question is he getting out of San Antonio? Is he staying there?
He is.
Oh no,
he is.
I know.
He talked to me the other day. We know he's going to be coming up more north, and he may be making an appearance at the rag company one day.
Oh, you're right. He is going more north. Yeah.
So pretty excited about that.
Bring your jacket there. Bring your jacket.
Yeah, a little chilly.
All right.
Troy.
Troy, let's all congratulate Luke Berge for finishing his R2R review. Yes, Luke actually did a very thorough review and pulled out some old towels and brought them back, and they worked. So good job. Good job, Luke.
But now you've seen it repeated over and over. People have said it actually fixed their dead towels. So
yeah.
All right, Mario here. Anthony, why don't you get Mario?
All right, so we got Mario says, can you recommend a beginner towel set for each application? So yes, we can do that. So I would say for the most part, right, it's a pretty simple breakdown of you need some drying towels, you need some kind of some nice exterior towels for let's just say quick detailing or applying a nice sealant or anything like that. You need some workhorse towels for your wheels and dirty jobs. And then I'd say pick yourself up some nice interior towels, right? So you don't really have to overcomplicate it. It's only when you start getting into like the finer details, like, when you want specific glass towels, or let's just say you want a specific towel for leather cleaning or conditioning, or you want another specific towel for dressings and other stuff. So it kind of depends on how much down the rabbit hole you want to go. But I would say realistically, get yourself a decent drying towel. A good drying towel to start off with would probably be something like the Gauntlet. Get yourself a 20 by 30 Gauntlet. Do we have them in stock? I don't know. I hope we do. But get yourself something along those lines. The Twist and Shouts. Okay. So great towel. Start off with that. And then depending on your wash style, right? So if you're going into O&R washes, maybe pick up some chenille mitts, maybe pick up some Eagle Edgeless 350s as your wash media. If you're going into soap and water washes, go with like a Cyclone pad or a Cyclone mitt. And if you want like a mixture of the both, you can go with the Ultra Black Sponge. And then for a drying towel, like I said, go with the Gauntlet. And then exterior towels, you can never have too many Eagle Edgeless. So probably find your favorite color of Eagle 500s and roll with it. And outside of that, I would say interior towels, 365s, you can't beat them. And probably buy multiple colors of them so you can kind of utilize them for different tasks. And then for exterior dirty jobs, I prefer the Creatures. And then for glass, I would say either pick up like the Black Diamond, or you can go with a traditional 16 by 16 waffle weave. And I think you'd be pretty set there. We don't. I mean, we have an everyday value towel pack. It's like a whole towel kit if you want to go down that path. But if you're trying to simplify things, that's a good starting point.
No, those are great suggestions.
Well,
All right.
quite a bit of
Next
information
up,
crammed in.
we've got. Yeah, no, it's a good thing though. Luke here. All right, Levi, you got Luke?
He does not. So I'll do it.
Oh,
He says, won't be
okay.
able to be
Go
here
ahead,
for the
Anthony.
show at work, but just wanted to hop in and say hi to my TRC family. I hope you guys are having a great week. We are, Luke. It has been a great week. So far. So far, so good. What else we got? Dane, keep kicking them out. Let's keep going.
Functional Doc
Oh, we
says
got
Merry
Functional
Christmas,
Doc.
all.
Appreciate
And
it, man.
next up, we got Alkaline Tompat here saying, how do you guys go about brushing off snow without damaging the paint? A classic question that everybody asks.
Yeah.
Anthony, you're like the insane person here. What's your methodology?
So, there's a couple different ways to go about doing this, right? So I think, for example, like Larry, right, at Ammo NYC, what he does is he likes to take a microfiber towel and wrap it around one of his brushes or something like that, where basically he is shaving off the snow, right, where you're not actually making contact with the paint, because that is going to cause some more issues. So the idea when it comes to brushing snow off, you just don't want whatever that media is to break through that snow and get onto the paint, because that's what's going to cause marring. That's what's going to cause scratching. The idea is to basically brush it off to a point where you're not making physical contact with the paint, and then kind of letting the drive do the rest and kind of blowing some of the stuff off. Now, if you really want to try to get as much stuff off as you possibly can without actually having to physically touch the paint, and assuming that the snow is relatively light and fluffy, I would say take your blower of some sort, right? So like I have the Ego blower, which works fantastic, and you can blow off snow that way. If you have a Metrovac blower, you can blow off snow that way. And it does work. Freakishly enough, it does work extremely well, especially on fresh snow. So like that Ego blower with that 530 CFM, it'll pretty much blow off a majority of everything that the car won't melt off itself once you start it and warm it up. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I think that makes sense. And Levi, now
Yeah.
that we can hear you again, what's your take on removing snow from a car without damaging the paint? What's your safe way of doing that?
Drive it.
You get your kids with a couple brooms, right?
Yeah, no,
He
so
said
I
not
have,
damaging the paint.
yeah. So I try not to do a lot. So my cars, if they're covered in snow, the one things that I try to do is move snow as itself. So um, it as long as it comes off the car, it's not gonna really. I mean, it's gonna do whatever damage it's gonna do, regardless of whether you use a broom or you don't. And so what I usually try to do is get my I'll get like my snow broom and I'll just push some of that snow along with it and try and get it so that the snow itself slides off the car. Big thing that helps with that is bead maker or any spray sealant on your car. If you're stuck
Also
outside,
true.
you know, let the snow come off. I try not to add or move the brush along or rub the brush on the paint. I basically just like let the snow I kind of grab it halfway through and let it push as much as I can on its own. The key is like on an SUV, I want to try and get as much snow off the roof, and same with the sedans, because that's where the most damage can come, and that's sort of the most dangerous thing, especially if you're driving on the road and you see these people all the time that have brushed off their windows and their hood, but they never did the roof, and that snow can get caught under some air, fly off, hit the windscreen behind you, hit the car behind you.
And
There's all kinds of stuff
freeze. It
that
can
can do.
freeze and be an ice
Yeah,
block. I mean, it can
yeah.
do some serious damage.
So it's all
So
about just
yeah.
trying to be safe. So I usually, like I said, I use this, let the snow do the work. Let the snow come off on its own. Try not to use as much, of a broom session. So
Well, because snow
No,
itself on a clean car isn't going to
yeah,
do any damage. If not a small amount of maybe marring, but it's not the snow itself. It is the fact that you have a dirty car that could have
right.
sand and debris from driving on a snowy road that has settled into the paint or settled on top of the paint. And then
Correct.
that basically, that sand is what is going to be causing the damage, right? That or physical contact. It's not so much the snow
Yeah.
sliding off that's going to cause it. It's whatever contaminants are within that snow. So
I had a customer come
that's what
in and bring me their, yeah, I was going to tell you, I had a customer bring their car in. They used a snow shovel to remove the snow off their car.
Yeah, so we
Holy
saw
the
that.
metal
Remember
edges.
that? Remember you
I'm
sent
sure
us
it
They
was
some
just took
metal
a snow
edges.
pictures and
shovel
video
and they
of that.
just slid it across. Yeah, and
Oh,
they gouged the ever-living snot out of their paint. And then the next sunny day, they were like, "What are all these big, deep scratches in my new car?" And it was a new Jeep
must
Grand
have been
Cherokee
the
they just bought
snow.
probably at Thanksgiving. And then by Christmas, I remember Christmas Eve, we had gotten the hood and roof repainted for them because of that. And it was like, well, these are major gouges. How'd you do this? And they're like, well, I don't know. We haven't even touched anything. And then they found out that the wife had grabbed a snow shovel and just scraped the snow off with the snow shovel. So,
Well, and another big
Yeah,
thing
when
too
you're
is not
going
just the paint
problem.
itself, but also the windows, right? Because right now we're dealing with a lot of frozen windows in the morning, right? And we're having to scrape off ice. That's where another thing is the scraper itself, right? A plastic scraper won't scratch a window, so it's not the scraper that's necessarily doing it. It's whatever contaminants that are on the window underneath that frozen sheet of ice. Basically, if you start, gouging into the window with the scraper and you happen to get some sand caught under there or anything like that, that's when you can actually see like a little bit of marring or a little bit of micro swirls within your your either glass, and that kind of sucks too. So like my recommendation for people, if you are going to be scraping your windshield, try to get those defrosters going, right? Because at that point you barely have to scrape; it just slides off. I mean, once you get it going, the rest just falls off. So defrosting is a big thing in
that's
the
why I
morning as
like
well,
that
rather than
Rain-X, the orange Rain-X
yeah.
washer fluid. Jonathan Beckham,
Yeah.
if the snow falls, just do what we do in Texas. I missed it. They pulled it off. So,
And it's back.
but there we go.
Lock your
Snow
door and cry
falls. Just
until
do
it
what we
goes
do in
away.
Texas. Lock your door and cry until it goes away. That's a great way to do it, Jonathan. But yeah, no, like Anthony said, warm your car up. I mean, I think more people don't do that. And we just had a bit of snow this weekend. All three of my cars were outside of the garage. And my Camry is the dirtiest of the three. And it had the least amount of snow on it. I don't know what that means. They're all wearing the same level of, all three cars have basically the same level of protection on them. And the Camry was the dirtiest of the three, but had the least amount of snow. So it's a mystery.
Well, guys,
It
snow is
is.
just water. So it's really washing the car. I mean, if you think about it.
Yeah, that's right.
Not at
That's
all,
right.
Dane.
Yeah.
No.
Same difference.
Yeah, I haven't even watched the Camry since that. So, all right, yo, I'm ready for the show. Hans closing. Thank you, brother. Dan Pfeiffer replied to Alkaline Trio saying a blowtorch works well here in January. That's true. You just go out there and blowtorch the car. That's a great idea.
I'm sure the paint appreciates that. Huge temperature difference.
Right. G. Davis telling Alkaline congrats. And then Functional Doc saying happy birthday, Anthony.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Then Alkaline back here again. Ooh, the pre-show music is walking a fine line between cool beat and fashion show. You're not wrong about that, Alkaline. That's
right.
pretty much exactly the line it's touching on. And I don't recall if Gabe or Nick chose that music, but they did a great job because it fits that beat and it gets you kind of ready, but it's not too intense. It's just right. Okay, moving on. We've got Delphine Bez. I'm going to let Levi take this one.
Delphine saying hello. End of the rainy season here in Martinique. Back to detailing. Will Iron X hurt fresh paint on a panel after 5 weeks, even if I don't spray it there? It might be a little soon. I don't know what you'd want to spray or why you'd want to spray it on there. I think if you're going to spray the rest of the car, just make sure it's wet. That fender's wet with water. Just kind of help dilute a little bit of it. You may get some spotting on the clear. Just keep an eye on it and make sure. If you do get it on, rinse it off, especially on that fresh paint, just to be safe. So I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
So, and then
right.
do you recommend 2 applications? Depends, Delphine, on how bad it bleeds in the first application. So, And then
then we got
Mike's Auto Detailing sent a message saying, "There's Levi. Wonder when he can return an email." Don't know what you're talking about, Mike. I've been on on point getting them emails knocked out. So don't know which email that is. So feel free to email me. All right, Vigor saying, "Hey guys, my Dixon flannel came in yesterday. The Brawler #2. What would you use for a windshield washer fluid that won't freeze and won't damage any protection on the vehicle?" Honestly, Joe, congrats on the Brawler. Second, I like the Rain-X orange stuff. It's just it's a good washer fluid. It's what I've always used. It's what I've used for the last 10 years. It's a good brand. So
Yeah.
All right.
The Brawler. Ooh, that's a good looking one. I'm actually looking it up right now. Yeah. Man, check that out. Joe's gonna look so handsome.
Don't ignore the fact
moving
that
on.
All right. Hans saying happy birthday, not
happy
all day,
birthday.
Anthony.
I don't know who that is, but thank you.
I'll let that distract you from the fact that in 1998, The Undertaker put blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so yeah, totally messed that one up. I can never remember it.
All right, Delphine says, sorry, today I have a bunch of questions about solution finish. Can I work under the sun? It's about 90 degrees Fahrenheit here, and do you generally recommend 2 applications? Yeah, so you can absolutely apply it in direct sun, especially if it's 90 degrees Fahrenheit. I would say 2 applications depending on the car. It's one of those things to where once you level it the first time and once you apply it the first time, if you want it to have a little bit of a darker look or you feel like you haven't quite fulfilled the look you're going for, then I would do a second application. But the beauty of solution finish is that we talked about this in a previous video, the advent of over the top, right? The sealant made by Chris West to go over the top of solution finish. And this is something that will be available hopefully soon. Probably, I'm guessing, beginning of 2021.
First of the year, I think, is when we're planning on launching.
Correct, yeah. And so this is actually going to add a little bit of extra on top of that solution finish. So in the future, or here in the next couple of weeks, you may not have to do 2 layers of solution finish. You may only do 1 layer of solution finish and then simply put over the top on top of it. And that is going to deepen that black just a little bit more, as well as protect the solution finish for a longer period of time. It's got UV inhibitors and things like that. So I think that is going to be a huge step forward for solution finish. And I think that's going to, it's definitely going to put people's mind at ease when it comes to applications, you know, on terms of what to do and what order.
Yep, like it.
All right.
All right.
Troy, go ahead and get it, Levi.
I'm looking into using microfiber towels to wash my car, and I have less chance to introduce dirt. What towels do you recommend? Pluffles, Creatures, Eagles, all of the above, Troy. All 3 of those are great towels. I think you'll love all of them. I think they'll be able to do a lot of great stuff for you, and I think you'll enjoy them, especially if they're some of the first Rag Company towels you've purchased.
If you had to recommend just one he could get out of those, though, where would you steer him?
If you were using them as your wash media, I would probably start with Eagles of some sort, maybe the 350 or the 500. I think it's probably one of the safest options, and I feel like it's also one of those where you really get your money's worth. I mean, when I use my Eagles for rinseless washing, I mean, I've gotten hundreds of uses out of those things. I mean, it's insane, and so they make great rinseless washing towels. But if you're looking for something more affordable, you can go with the Creature, and you can also go with the Minx Royale. Those work great as well.
Also a good choice. Yeah.
So, what else you got there, Dane? Bring it up. So next,
will a tar remover such as CarPro Tarex wreck the Rag Company clay towel? That's actually a good question, because I remember when
I wouldn't do it.
On my car, he made specifically sure not to mix that kind of product with the clay towel, because that can wreak havoc.
No, I wouldn't do any type of rubber or adhesive remover along with the Rag Company clay towel. It will soften that up to the point where you might be having some issues where particles of the clay could be left behind or deteriorated. So I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Next question, Dane. We got let's see. We got somebody in the house. We got Detailed Dude PL in the house says, "Love the Triumph shirt, Anthony. European imports all the way, man." I do agree with you. I do love my Triumph stuff. Yeah, no, I feel like Joey on Friends when he gets all those was it the Porsche stuff? Like he had like the full like
Oh
Porsche hat and Porsche jacket, and he was like, "Do you know that I drive a Porsche?" And that's how I feel about my Triumph. I have all sorts of Triumph
yeah.
stuff, and it's never
Just making
really a
sure.
good conversation starter because it looks like something else at first glance. So people are like, "Huh," and I'm like, "Motorcycle," and they go, "Ah, I see."
Motorcycle.
So. Yeah.
Or the
Yeah.
comic insult dog. All right, so moving
Yeah.
down the line here. Next up, we've got what do we got? I've got Gabe working in the back end, giving me the new comments here because I can't unfortunately control them from home. But got Ricky Cologne here saying Dragos are on BOGO today. What's not to love? I agree, Ricky. People should
Ricky,
jump
you're
on that.
about to open up your own rag company store at this point.
Watch, he's
Seriously.
just going to become like
I
a
think
distributor or
I
something.
think dude, I think Ricky's got enough stuff. I mean, he's going to have to start hiring people at this point. You know, he's got too much stuff. So, but hey, we're not arguing, man. We always appreciate the support. We got Troy
Right,
Preston says Luke
Troy.
Berge missed out on the 30% sale because he is not subscribed. I also feel like Luke Berge is not subscribed. I feel like
For a guy
not
who
a true
spends as much
follower.
time talking with us as he does, it was a little shocking to discover he wasn't actually part of our newsletter. So he was asking things that were obviously answered in the email newsletter that he just wasn't aware of. All
Yep, and
right,
that's why he's not
so
here
next
today.
up,
So moving on,
Dave.
we got go ahead and read it,
Anthony.
Dane.
Oh, I'll get
Okay.
it. Okay.
Oh,
So,
okay.
the
There's a
rag company
delay.
is back. G'day from Australia. The delay is killing me. G'day from Australia. I have an order of new Edgeless 365 and 300 with a few waffle weaves arriving today. And now you can see my dog behind me. She's all splayed out. Sorry about that. Any rate, you got that going. So next up, congratulations, by the way, Dave. Those are great choices. Hey
Yep,
guys,
absolutely.
yesterday I was really happy to find the Master of Shine podcast, says Kevin53. Shout out Levi, who is currently frozen from what I can tell. So it's really just Anthony and I kind of steering the ship in the time being. But we'll let him know
That's
whenever
fine.
he gets back here. All right, and then we've got Jason C saying Levi Ghost 12s. I prefer the Dyad myself. Dyad? Diad? I don't know that one. I'll be honest.
I'm not sure either.
Anthony, you're a shoe guy.
Well,
Do
looks
you
like
know?
Yeah, I'm
Levi's
back.
coming back though
Levi has
from
returned.
the
Okay,
dead.
let's ask Levi. Maybe he
What's
saw
up?
that.
All right.
Uh,
So,
so
what is it?
there, Jason, Levi. Jason says, Levi, Ghost
Ghost
12s. I
12s.
prefer the Dyad myself.
Oh, that sounds good. I haven't tried the Dyad. I like the Ghost 12s because they're super cushy, but they're very light.
They're also very tactical too, and that's one of those things when it comes to sneaking around. I feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's just a really good shoe for that.
Well, I
You
feel
do
like
a
the
lot of that,
Yeezys
huh?
make it that you want to, you almost
Oh, no. Levi froze up again.
Yeah, we
All right,
lost him
Anthony.
again. So yeah,
Let's
the
carry
Yeezys are
this one.
fantastic as well. All right, so here we go. It
Yeah.
says, but don't worry, the Rag Company podcast is in my headphones while I'm working. You guys are the best. Thank you, Kevin53.
Oh,
Appreciate
thanks,
that.
And G-Man, oh, always good to see G-Man S here. Thanks all. My text me a few ago that our order arrived. He received a text to let him know his order had arrived. Excellent. Smiley face. Excellent. And
Okay, I'm
Delphine
back.
here.
Sorry. That was weird.
Okay, perfect. Perfect
All
timing. We
right.
got another one from Delphine here, and you're on a roll
All right.
answering Delphine.
So, parts of black trim and grills are lightly faded, but the grays look okay. Do you still recommend to apply the gray solution finish 2 for protection? You could, Delphine, if you're charging for it. If you're going to do all the black and all the gray, I would make sure that you're charging appropriately so that you have, whatever the customer wants. Like if it's something like on Anthony's Dodge Ram where the gray was faded, but wasn't bad. I mean, he didn't need to use the gray on it. He was able to use another dressing on it. We had no problems. But if it's really, really bad, then probably worth doing both. But I would recommend if you're going to do all the plastic trim, like let's say it's an Element or like an Avalanche or something with a lot of plastic, that you're going to charge for it because you're going to, that's a lot of work. You got to think about that too. So.
All right. Next up, we got Jacob Terry here saying for interior fabric cleaning, do you try to avoid using an extractor to minimize moisture? If so, what is your favorite fabric cleaning process?
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
So Jacob, there's nothing wrong with with using an extractor. I used an extractor for probably 20 years. It's a good tool. The problem is that a lot of people don't utilize them properly, and they get the interior too wet, and so that goes against a lot of stuff when customers come to pick up their car and their car's soaking wet. It's not always a good thing. So I try and do a lot of dry cleaning, literally dry cleaning, as best I can. So utilizing a carpet cleaner or carpet product, scrubbing it, and then the Tornador gun is quite possibly one of your best friends. So you clean the area, spray it, scrub it, hit it with a towel, and then hit it with a Tornador gun and blow out a lot of that. Then hit it with a towel and wipe as much up as you can. This allows the carpet to not be damp at all, and you haven't pushed any liquid, hopefully, through to the underlayment. The reason I like a Tornador gun is because it creates a vortices and it makes a vortex going upwards, so it pulls liquid up out of the carpet. So
All
that's my
right.
process.
Yeah. Got my gallons of P&S products. Thanks for the sweet deals. Says
You're
Ed.
welcome, Ed.
Yeah, that's great.
Least we could do,
Now we
right?
got Philip. Levi, go ahead and give Philip here.
Inspiration with topper or exo CSL. What are the pros and cons of each? Not much out there on inspiration. Actually, you can use inspiration with Soul. They have a topper available.
Mm-hmm.
P&S does that is designed to work in conjunction. And technically, their main topper is Beadmaker. So what a lot of people don't realize is inspiration and Beadmaker is actually an incredible combination. Almost like they were designed that way, which is funny. But it's true. That's what they're for. And it creates what Anthony and I have referred to as a candy shell. It's literally what it feels like on the paint. It's very wild. I had it on my wife's car for the last 3 years. It's been a phenomenal coating. I just removed it recently, about probably 90 days ago, and it's tempting me to put it back on. That's how good of a coating it was. Held up to a lot. It still looks flawlessly amazing. Dane, your dog looks weird in the background there. I just keep seeing paws wiggling around. But yeah, so, but yeah, but inspiration, it's up to you really. Inspiration with Soul is a great combination. There you go. Inspiration with Soul is a great combination. CSL and EXO is also a phenomenal combination. Anthony just put it on his Civic. And I'll tell you, man, there's something about a freshly coated red paint. That's the reason I love having my red Camry.
It's magic.
It looks pretty rad when it's on red paint. So,
yeah, Dane, I couldn't help but laugh because just the frame that was in, I'm like,
yeah,
that's.
You just see legs moving around. Like, yeah.
Like, could she turn the other way?
Yeah.
I didn't ask for that. There we go. Anyway, Jeff here has a question I think you might need to answer.
O&R diluted at 1 to 16 as a quick detailer and IK trigger sprayer. Honestly, indefinitely. It's not going to go anywhere. You'll be fine. The thing you'll notice is a colorant change. It'll become more clear over time, and that's just because the colorant isn't UV stable. So that's it. All right, what do we got next?
We got Ian.
All right, so we got Ian says, hey guys, I've done a couple paint corrections recently that have half the front end covered in PPF that was looking a little weathered. Is there any way or a product that would clean that up? Or
and then it kind of cuts off.
So I did the cut off there because that's what I was trying to replicate. There is ways to clean up. So you can polish PPF to a certain extent. I mean, it can get kind of sticky and things like that. So, but something like hyper polish is really easy on PPF, or you can use even something like Microcut to try to kind of clean it up, remove a little bit of that yellowing. But at a certain point, PPF gets so hammered to where it's just a matter of just replacing it. And so maybe I maybe just talk to the people and just let them know and say, hey, this is where the car is at with how old this PPF is. Maybe consider getting it replaced, but other than that, you can try to lightly polish it.
And to answer Ian's comment here, it continued actually where it says, or does it just need to be replaced? That was the rest of his comment. It was coming from Facebook.
There you go. Okay.
Functional
Functional Doc says, please do a Christmas dinner. Oh, sorry, Dane.
Oh, no, you're all right.
You guys both finished that.
That's life there.
Yeah.
They want me to do a food review for Christmas. We haven't.
Dane,
really
what's your favorite? What is your favorite? What is your favorite Christmas food, Dane? Do you have a preferred Christmas food? Lobster, perhaps?
I love Christmas ham, but we also do a seafood fettuccine on Christmas Eve that we make every year. That's actually really, it's good. That's what we actually go for every year. It's kind of like a tradition.
What's in the fettuccine? Is it more of a shrimp or more of like a crab?
It's like scallops and shrimp and stuff like that. So yeah, it's like a mixture of different seafood, but I guess you could say it's like a seafood medley fettuccine, kind of.
Medley?
Yeah, that's basic.
That sounds pretty good. I would eat that.
But yeah, no, it's really good. I'm going to go turn my dog around, I swear to God.
All right. Looks like we got, what do we got next? Mike there saying, hey guys, what's the best quick detailer for anti-static? Well, not Dane's dog, because she causes a lot of static. Most quick detailers are an anti-static, period. So really, Mike, any of them are going to work great for you. I love the fact that Anthony's dying. All we see is Dane's dog. She's not enjoying being turned around.
They're asking for a dinner with Dane, but what they're getting is they're getting dinner and a show.
Yeah.
Guys, this is what happens when we're forced to do this from home.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay.
That's so SNS Detailing Studio saying hello from Cyprus. What's up, guys? I don't know where we are because the boys have been trying to get these up for us. So we're just kind of. I apologize to those of you who I'm seeing the live chat on the YouTube, and it's we're burning through a bunch of them. The guys are just picking and choosing. So apologies to everybody who is hoping that they got their comment read. We haven't read it. The boys are just doing that because we don't have the technology here to do that at home. So
he says the boys are
Luke Berge.
We're along for the ride here.
Yeah. So Luke Berge says, since G. Davis says it doesn't count, I'm back to say I can't make it, and I hope y'all have a great weekend. Thanks, Luke. We do too, man.
Yeah. All right. And then we got Hans here. I was surprised at how the color of Luke Berge's towels changed for the better with rags to. Oh no!
I just saw, rags to the bone. That was a good thing, but I just saw G. Davis's comment for right after this. He wants to know. I gotta say it. The boys in the control room can put it up there. Will Dane do the second hour of the show from his vibrating Scandinavian bed?
For the love of all that is holy. You catch a break, man. All right.
So good.
Delphine, thank you. Please carry us back into the detailing portion of this conversation.
Once solution finish is applied, will I still be able to decontaminate my car without worry? Also, can I still apply bead maker on the trim? Yes, Delphine, you can. Yeah. Have fun with it.
Yeah. All right. Nope, man, more. You got more.
That's it. Okay. Do you get good results on exterior rubber seals with solution finish? Any better durable option? Yeah, you do. Depends on the exterior rubber seals. So like if you're talking about like around the windows, honestly, if it's super, super faded and it's black, it's already oxidizing. It's going to continue to oxidize. So if you try to clean it, it's going to oxidize. So you can clean it as much as you want. I usually just put alcohol on some of the older trims, then throw some solution finish on that. That'll help at least condition it. It's probably not going to stop the oxidation of the rubber. But yeah, you can put it on there. As to a better durable option, short of putting a coating over the top of it, not much you can do. I will say though, the new solution finish over the top sealant is really, really good. And so I'd like to try and test that on some faded rubber and see if that helps stop some of that black oxidation happening. So.
Yep.
All right. And then we've got Barry Cook here. I heard Anthony is pretty buff. LOL. Well,
thanks,
yeah,
Barry.
If you do a
Not in
little
recent
internet
years,
sleuthing,
Barry.
you can find some old pictures of Anthony that will just haunt our dreams. All right. So next up, we've got David Tilliot here, or Tillett. Hi guys, what's the best towel for cleaning laptop screens? Ooh, I got this one. So we actually
Dane uses Kleenexes.
At a towel company, I didn't have a towel next to my desk. I went for the first thing, and I regretted it immediately. I'll have you know.
He used a Kleenex towel to clean a laptop in front of his dad.
So instead of just outing us constantly, why don't we actually talk about the thing that'll help David here? Because more often than not, I find myself turning to a nice microfiber suede cloth. That's right. Or
you like the suede, huh?
Cloths. You can use that, but the suede, I find suede works better on the bigger screen. So like 75-inch TV out there, just saying. It's a big TV. It's a pain in the butt to like take a little cloth on, so I use the suede actually. But I use a spritz of cleaner when I do it, so I'm not just like dry dragging.
You know what I've been using at home
here?
The MOSHQ?
Yeah. What's that, Levi?
I've been using Wowo's glass cleaner, and I've been using Purple Pearls.
Wow.
So I've been using the Purple Pearl as my 75-inch, just saying, TV screen as well.
Yeah.
So that's what I
wanted
use.
To point out one thing, because I think a lot of people's first instinct is, oh, you got to be safer. You got to use something with a longer pile. You got to go and wipe like an eagle or something down. And that's fine if you're dry dusting. You're still taking a risk into your own hands there.
Anthony's getting some measurements over there.
Okay.
Damn it.
But what I want to
I'm only at 65 inches.
Oh,
65.
Darn it. It's not a contest. Okay, so my point is, people who dry cars with a long pile towel find that it is usually smeary. And that's what I wanted to address was, if you use a towel and you spray something on a surface and it's like a polished type surface, you spray a little bit on there and use a long pile towel, you're going to smear it. So in order to get the proper clean pass that you're looking for, you need something with a shorter pile. Granted, you don't want to have it be dirty, so maybe you use that as your second and final pass.
That's why you always use a Purple Pearl.
And that's why you always leave a note.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's all I wanted to say, because it's the age-old
short nap towel does a great job.
Yeah. Short
Sorry,
nap,
Nick,
long nap.
you popped in there?
Always wondered. Nick said something. Oh,
okay.
Gotcha.
There looks like a follow-up here was a waft towels are great for that.
Yeah.
So fun fact though, actually, so quite some time ago, before I was even a rag company customer, right? Back in the day, I used to do my shopping for electronic stuff. I'd go to it was called what was it called? The Mac, not the Mac store, but it was that, it was like a affiliated Apple Mac company that was local,
it was like Mac
but
Life.
did not.
It was called like
Mac Life, right? So that's where you would go when you want to get absolutely screwed on prices for things that you can probably find for much cheaper, right? I actually have my computer on a stand that I think I paid $90 for, and it's a stand that I paid $90 for. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is that back, I think this was probably maybe 2010, 2011-ish, maybe might even have been 2009. I used to go there because that was one of the only places I could find decent microfiber towels for cleaning electronics. And what they had back then was a suede. They had a lot of suede cloths and things like that you could pick up. But actually, one of the towels that I had all the way up until a couple of years ago, it was my favorite one for cleaning my screen. It was my favorite one for cleaning my phone and all of this other stuff. All it was a creature cut into an 8x8 square. and the creature ended up being my favorite because the longer side of the creature is able to kind of get into between the grooves of all of your keys and things like that. But the shorter nap side of the creature was able to give you a very streak-free, lint-free finish on cleaning screens. So needless to say, creatures are my personal favorite for cleaning all of my electronics, and that includes my cameras as well.
Yep.
And that's a case
Just
where
me,
the
though.
long piles
Good
are
information and good knowledge.
on the other side. Yeah.
It
That's
was a
right.
long story for just a small amount of something, but I figured I'd let you know that.
Well, I was going to say it's some great knowledge. I appreciate you dropping that. Some other great knowledge coming from our friend Hans up in the Netherlands, saying it's a good thing it's not a leather bed. Otherwise, Dane's bone would end up on that too. I mean, the dog bone would end up on that too. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
That's true.
Yeah. Just remember, everybody, tomorrow, Color Lock, 30% off. Get yourself some kits if you've got leather and you've been leaving dog bones on your leather seats like Dane has. You want to get those cleaned off. Note to self: don't ride in the back of Dane's truck.
So we should make some kind of deal to where if somebody buys a certain amount of Color Lock product or something like that, that I'll wear my lederhosen on the next Q&A.
Ooh. I like that.
But if it's like this, people will never see him anyway. Like I'm wearing holiday pants right now.
Oh, Dane, it's fine.
Well, you could show
I
us,
can just
Dane.
change the
You can
camera
show us.
angle.
But
I'm just trying to think of a fun way to promote our favorite German leather cleaning company, and try to make this one of our biggest Color Lock sales we've ever had.
I'm going to say it's one of our favorite German companies.
Oh,
Not
it
just
is one of our
leather
favorite
cleaning,
German
but one of our favorite German companies of all time.
I'm trying to be more specific, right? Because if I say that's my favorite, German detailing company, then Coach Kemi is going to knock on the door and say, "Did you forget about us?" And I'm going to say, "Oh no, I like you too. I like you
Am
too."
I a joke to you?
I'm trying to be a little bit more specific, right? I'm sorry.
We
I don't want to hurt
appreciate it.
feelings
Appreciate
here.
it. That's all right. So I like this idea. I'm going to say, should we just do a sale price, or because we want everybody that's watching the show to go buy some Color Lock products tomorrow, right? So maybe we say maybe $1,000 is sold total. $2,000, $3,000 in Color Lock products.
one $1,000 order of Color Lock products. I would do that for one $1,000 order.
Okay, so one person has to spend $1,000. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, on Color Lock products. Even if that's possible.
Tomorrow's the best day to do that because really it's only $700 at that point.
So yeah, maybe we'll go off of retail. $1,000 retail. You buy $1,000 retail. I'll wear my lederhosen, and maybe we'll make a video to where Levi details my lederhosen while I'm wearing it.
I don't want to detail I don't know if I want to do that, but okay. We could try.
It's just a brush and a little bit of leather.
It's a lot of
put a little bit of that elephant leather preserver on there. Do a little massage.
People are asking for their money's worth. I don't know about that. Okay, why don't we?
It's worth $1,000. That's worth $1,000.
They'll pay us not to do that. Is what I think it is. What it is.
And then Levi's going to answer it. So here's how this is going to work. All right, Delphine says, "What's your first choice to rejuvenate black plastic wheel wells? Solution Finish, Koshemi Motorplast, or both? And why?"
Motorplast.
Actually, you can
Motorplast. Solution Finish doesn't really do the same on inner fender wells. Motorplast is good.
It just doesn't last as long. It doesn't last. Like when I solution finished my fender wells, what was it, a month ago? It's already started to fade again. That's just from normal driving. But Motorplast will quite simply coat those fender wells. My truck's fender wells still sheeting water, and it's been how many months, Levi? 4 months? 3 months?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Right. Okay. And then following up, she says, "Not everything can be 100% clean and pristine after detailing an engine bay. Isn't that an issue to spray KC Motorplast everywhere then?" Actually, it's not.
No, because you'd be surprised how clean you can actually get an engine. On our Subaru detailing video, we just did the engine on it, and it was pretty rough. And when we got done cleaning it, it looked 10 times better than it did. And so it's a perfect candidate to literally at that point spray Motorplast on. And I guarantee you most of your customers will think it's a a brand new engine under there. So in that situation, it's a really good use of product for that. So.
All right.
All
so
right,
it's
time
looking
for
like
a home
for a
break.
halftime break, but we'll go ahead. We'll be right back after these messages, and the messages are from us. So, hey, hang around. Hello, 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 and welcome to the promo for the Rag Company Podcast. That's right, I'm Dane Hennen. I'm your host of the Rag Company Podcast, as well as our weekly Q&As that appear on the Rag Company YouTube channel. Now, if you're looking for the podcast, you gotta head over to the Rag Company Podcast YouTube channel. That's right, we've got a few channels, but if you subscribe to them all, you will not miss your Rag Company content, your Rag Company action. I know you love it, that's why you're watching this. So if you're not familiar with it, you should go check it out. We talk about detailing, we talk about cars, we talk about what we did over our weekends. It's just a chance to get to know, the folks at TRC a little bit better. Go to the Rag Company podcast channel, go to the Rag Company YouTube channel for the Q&As, and just in general, enjoy, like a warm blanket. It's friendship. It's just something that you wear over yourself and you say, gee, this is nice. So we really want you to hang out with the Rag Company crew one way or another, be it the podcast or the Q&A. I'm inviting you, and I know Levi and Anthony are right behind the camera saying the same thing. So if you haven't already, make sure you go and subscribe to the Rag Company Podcast YouTube channel, as well as the Rag Company YouTube channel, where we do our Q&As. It's just fun. We want to have you around. We want you to submit your comments. Let us know how things are going. We're all hanging out. It's a good time. And we all learn a bit more about detailing and cars in the process. Now, I will say, when it comes to the podcast, we're not just on YouTube. We're also on Stitcher, Spotify, any of your other audio platforms. Make sure you check, because we should be on there. And if we aren't, let us know, and we'll do our best to get on there as well. With all that said, we just want to say thank you for listening, thank you for watching, and we hope to see you again.
Hey guys, Levi for the Rag Company, and I wanted to direct you over to our FAQ channel. Now, our FAQ channel is our way of answering all those questions you had as quickly and efficiently as possible. The FAQ channel is very simple. From whether you're just starting out detailing, you need to learn how to wash a car, or maybe you have a question on what a rinseless wash is, or something as simple as how do I wash my microfiber towels, you'll be able to find it at the Rag Company FAQ channel.
If you're watching this video, you're probably wondering, how long can you store Optimum No Rinse inside of a bucket for?
The difference between an open cell and a closed cell foam pad.
Should I wash my microfiber towels after using a spray sealant? So we're going to be answering that question and more in today's FAQ video.
Well, there you have it. Hopefully now you know a little bit more about the FAQ channel, and if you're looking for it, go to YouTube and type in the Rag Company FAQ and make sure you subscribe so that you'll be aware whenever a new video comes out. Now, if you didn't see your question answered, feel free to send us an email or leave a comment right there on a video, and we will be sure to add that to our next video. So Hopefully you enjoyed it, and can't wait to see you guys there. Thanks for watching.
All right. Hello and welcome back to the show. We've got the guys here, and this is the second half of the Rag Company's Q&A Thursday. And I just want to, at the top of the hour here, make sure I point out that, yes, we are in fact doing a Q&A next week as well, surprisingly, even though Christmas is coming very soon after. So on Christmas Eve,
I'm
we
very
will be
excited
doing a
about it.
Q&A Thursday morning edition. So it'll happen 10 a.m. our time and go until noon our time. So it's just same show, just pushed a little earlier in the day. That's all. And we're
Well,
having
it's
half
because we
day
want to
there
be able
work,
to go
so
home. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. It'll make it easier to do the whole thing. So I just want to let people know that there will, in fact, be a show next week on top of the podcast, which we do anyway, on the Rag Company
Yeah.
podcast YouTube channel, which, as you saw in the ad, we have a channel there. So if you didn't know about that, go subscribe to it. And that's where you can see us talk even more if you decided this is somehow something you like. All right. So
Oh, nice.
looking at the list here, if the guys can pull up the comments, perfect. And we
So
got
here's
Despacho
one that
here.
I was going to say,
sorry,
yeah,
go ahead,
Despacho
Levi.
was earlier. It said he was bummed he was late. And then he popped in with this question: is a wheel cleaner such as Brake Buster to be used in weekly cleaning of a non-coated wheel? Is it gentle enough to be used without harming the finish over time? So that is something that I would say I would probably want to dilute. That's the beauty of that product, is if you're already using that product every week and it's your part of your regimen, dilute the product. Not only is it going to save you money, it's going to last longer, but it's also going to save that finish of that wheel. You got to remember, you're going to be Brake Buster Straight is a 12 pH or 12 pH, so it's a very strong alkaline cleaner. And the more and more that you use it, you've got to remember any surface. I mean, you look at your hands. How long have we all been washing our hands since March? You can't keep using certain soaps or certain alcohols and things like that to clean a surface, because it's just like your skin. It does start to deteriorate or break down. So I'd recommend diluting Brake Buster if you're going to be using it every single day and you keep your wheels looking sharp and nice, and you want to preserve that finish as best as possible. Key is try to get as close to a good normal pH level, so that it doesn't affect you or hurt you as much.
Yeah, excellent point. Then we got David Cervantes here. Anthony, why don't you go answer him?
He says, "What towels would you guys recommend for a body shop? Something with little to no lint." I'd go 365s, man. 360, a case
They're
of
solid.
365s
Yeah.
would go a long way, and they are just a workhorse towel. And if you guys
Yep.
are washing your towels after basically finishing out panels or buffing things out, I think that they're going to have a nicer wipe off for the compounds that are mostly used in body shops. And I think that they'll be able to get hundreds of uses out of those, whereas most of the time, most body shop guys will be a one and done and throw them away. And it's where I think that the 365s could absolutely be saved, and they are mostly lint free. They are by nature a very low linting to non-linting towel.
All right, excellent.
There you go.
Next up, we got Plimpton. Merry Christmas, TRC crew. Thanks for a year of amazing products. Looking forward to 2021. We agree. We're looking forward to 2021.
Thanks, man.
Also.
Appreciate it.
We also are, yes.
All right. Oh, Jonathan Beckham, the all-important puppy dog. Which,
Very
of course, now
nice,
she's
yeah.
actually left after the halfway point. She decided perfect timing. The break was when she needed to leave. So,
However, G. Davis dropping some
Well,
heavy knowledge. That dog has some stories. Someday we'll
she's
teach her
got-
how to talk and bring her
for
on the
sure.
podcast.
I don't think that's possible.
Thank goodness,
Brad
right, Dane?
Oh no. Okay, so Brad
What is
Robin
the
here.
difference
What is the
between
difference
PNS
between
dressings?
PNS dressings, specifically VOC, Dynamic, and Shineall? Which do you recommend? Sorry, Levi.
You're fine. So, Brad, what you're talking about is you got to remember, a lot of these PNS products, like VOC, is not part of the double black lineup. Dynamic and Shineall are. Dynamic is a water-based, more thinner designed to be almost dilutable 50-1. I mean, it's pretty crazy stuff. So when you buy a gallon, it technically makes you 50 gallons of product. So that in and of itself is a product that is very different than something like Shinol, which is very thick, has a higher or lower viscosity where it's a little thicker, is more designed for exterior use. Still technically a water-based dressing, but is designed for more exterior use. VOC, I don't know a lot about that product. I will say the VOC is probably that it doesn't have a volatile organic compound in it, and that's why it's named VOC. That way it's nice and safe. So that's my guess. But.
Okay. Oh, another one for you, Levi. Same Brad.
Oh, also, what dressing do you use on soft tonneau cover, truck tonneau covers? Honestly, realistic, if it's brand new, let's say Dane just got a brand new tonneau cover. He hasn't even touched it yet. It's on the truck, but he hasn't protected it yet. If it was me, I would probably use some C4 Anthony on that, or I would use any of the, maybe like a something a little stronger than like your typical leather coating. So I would probably do something more designed for exterior plastics and put something on there, or just go old school, Dane, and do some normal dressing on it. You could use Shinol on it. You could use Dynamic on it. You could use any of those products, but I would try and use something that is got a lot of UV protection, because that's where the majority of your UV damage is going to hit. And something that'll, yeah. The other thing you could do is OptiSeal is a great product, and you could coat that tonneau cover in OptiSeal and get some great results as well. I would like to test maybe over the top the new solution finish sealant on top, because I think that could work really well. The other one that is a good, but here's another one, Dane, I didn't even think about. Crystal sealant on your tonneau cover. Wowo's crystal sealant on your tonneau cover, or even C2V3. Those could also probably do some great stuff on there. So
because it's flexible, it's got to be able to flex a little bit. So I think C2V3 might have the edge on the flexibility front.
Right. Yeah. You never know. It could be pretty impressive to see what we can get out of it. But it's gonna be a good test, Ben.
Worth a try.
All right.
Okay.
Delphine saying, do you believe solution finish over the top will be easy to apply without a garage and cure fast? Yes, Delphine. I did it in the parking lot. That's why I do not apply a real durable sealant. No, it's totally fine. I did it on a dusty surface even. I wiped the surface off with the dust, put the sealant over the top, did it in front of Anthony. No big deal.
It worked.
For more adventures of Levi with dusting, you should check out our recent video.
Yes.
At any rate, that's all I'll say about that. Hans here. Delphine Bez, Solution Finish is the best trim restore product apart from coating them. It can be applied outside in the sun, would even dry and bond faster. Yep.
Correct.
All right.
Yep,
so
that's true.
Moving on. Thank you, Hans. We got John P here. It says, are wool or foam pads better for very light swirls or door finishing on clear coat? Either one of you guys can answer this one.
Is a wool or foam pad better for very light swirls? I would say I'm always going to go with a foam pad for finishing out or removing light swirls. Wool for the most part is always going to be more aggressive. Now the Rupa's yellow foamed, their foamed wool is a very good pad. It is an extremely good pad. That's going to give you a good medium cut on pretty much anything. It also works great for softer paints, but most of the time it's going to leave a small amount of micro marring on softer to medium clears, and you're going to have to hit it with a foam pad anyway. So I would say something like a yellow Rupa's foam pad is pretty much my go-to, or an orange Lake Country foam pad. Or if you have slightly harder clear, you could go to the Buff and Shine maroon pad as well, and it's going to finish out pretty damn well. So I would say between those three are a good point.
Yeah, okay. I agree.
Oh, Grant Hawtree, of course. Anthony, make sure Dane sends those Evo 9 pics to you. I will send them to him. Actually, while you guys answer the next question, I will send them over to Anthony right now.
Don't send them to my phone because I can't see them.
Levi must have Comcast. Shelby Buck. Yeah, Shelby, I don't actually. I'm using AT&T from my cell phone. It's literally what I'm using. But what I've been having issues is my headphones have died, and when they die, it kills the stream. So I've had to charge my 2 wireless headphones because I didn't give them fully charged. I thought I had one that was charging and it wasn't. So that's why I'm on old school wired ones, so I can finally be able to be on here and talk. But yeah, basically that's what happened. As soon as I'd switch over, just kill the stream. So kind of frustrating. But yeah, thank you.
All
right, Colby.
Clean car. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. Okay, so Anthony's looking at it. It's the amber turn
Is that-
signals. It's the outside of the U.S. they have those amber turn signals. Just always look strange to me.
Well, no, those are the JDM headlights. They were also available in Australia, New Zealand, but they are that's just their spec on what they did. And most people actually want those, to be honest. But it's funny because everybody everybody on that side of the pond or down below us, right? Everybody wants the U.S. stuff, and then everybody in the U.S. wants the stuff that we didn't get. So it's funny because you'll have guys that want to trade parts back and forth because we want what we couldn't have, and so
right.
Yeah, that is very
Both
nice.
of you.
All right, so Colby Garbett here. Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you all are having a great day. Got in my gallon of R2R signed by you guys. Thanks again. We've been signing a lot.
You're welcome,
of those
man.
lately. That's Rags to Riches.
Yeah, we
by the way,
have.
for people who, our new microfiber detergent for getting unsealing towels, basically. All right. Followed up by Colby here saying, also detailing a Tesla Model S tomorrow. Any tips or things to be mindful of besides the electronics and the soft clear coat? So any other things?
Well, yeah.
maybe
So you're gonna want to go out and test the 0 to 60 time to make sure that it works. And then after you do that, you
it's the
just
number
want to
one
finish
thing.
the detail. Yeah, you just want to make sure, say, hey, the 0 to 60 time still, I'm still getting 3.6 seconds, so you guys are good there. But yeah, the detail turned out good as well. So
Yep.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I agree.
Honestly, I'm kidding. Don't do that.
So I'll tell you right now, the electronics are a little stronger and sturdier than you give them credit for. I read the Tesla owners group. I'm a member of the Tesla owners group, even though I don't own a Tesla. I joined it when I was a detailer because I wanted to learn more because I was detailing Teslas. And honestly, I'm going to tell you, they do a great job. Everything's really well hidden. You shouldn't have any issues. The biggest thing is just be careful around the screens. Everything else is triple, quadruple sealed. Cars are designed like any other car. The one thing that does suck is paint. So you're going to find that you're going to have a blast cleaning the interior because it's so simple and easy to do. And you're going to be like, wow, it's great. And then you're going to get to the outside and you're going to be like, man, this paint's very strange. So it's very finicky. Hopefully you get lucky. Hopefully you get one of the ones that was perfectly painted and have no issues and you've got nice hard clear coat so you can just play around with it. Just be careful. Note that you may have to go through a couple different test spots based on the test panels. Do a very good inspection with your eye. Make sure panels haven't been repainted or weren't painted separately from different stuff because that's very notorious of Model S's specifically. So,
okay.
But the newer ones don't have that issue. If it's an older one, yes, you're going to have problems with it. So,
okay, now we got Todd Baker here saying, would I need clarity cream rather than polishing glass with the last cut, which I already have on the shelf? I can tell you I'd noticed a difference when back to back you guys compared them. Just for glass.
Clarity cream is a different grit and it's a much more abrasive product. If you put it on paint, it's going to mar it up pretty good. If you try and put it on a pad, polish and paint, you're going to get a lot of micro marring where you're not going to get that on the glass because the glass is a harder surface. So it's formulated for glass. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's going to be a quicker, A to B product for glass.
It's going to make it much easier. If let's take Anthony's wife's 4Runner and the water spots on the windows. If it was on both windows and Anthony goes, I'm going to use this, let's just take a Rupes wool pad, the blue coarse wool on my 15. I'm going to use last cut. And I said, okay, I'm going to use the Rupes wool 5-inch on my 15, but I'm going to use clarity cream. Only this time I'm not going to do the work. I'm going to give it to Dane. Who do you think is going to be done with their window and who's going to have better results? Dane is, because he's using Clarity Cream. Anthony's going to get it finished and go, dang, it's still on there. So
well, that's just it. If we were making that
going to
video
be a
today,
different.
we would be using Clarity Cream now.
Yeah, it's going to come off much faster, quicker. Dane's not going to have to work as hard as Anthony's going to have to work with Last Cut.
Yeah, because you're messing
same
around
pads,
with
same tools.
Back then, and that was like a whole thing. And
the compound's different. Compound's totally different.
Use it on
me. Yep. All right, Detail Dude PL. IK phone 1.5 plus brake buster. What dilution ratios do you guys use? Any recommendations? 10 to 1.
Dane.
10 to 1.
Dane, I was going to say Dane knows the answer. 10 to 1 all day long. Yep. Don't do any more. Don't do any less. It's perfect.
All right. Scott Matern, more of a suggestion than a question, but can you consider having a purchase option on Koch Chemicals that include a sprayer? I forgot to buy them separately with the last order. It's a great idea, Scott. We're currently redeveloping our website, and I'm sure that option is in the works. But if not, we will push it along and let everybody know that. So, next question. Jacob Terry, if dry cleaning doesn't work, you need an extractor. Use an extractor. Use as little water to rinse as possible and start on the driver's side seat after cleaning and put a fan next to it to dry it faster. Correct. There you go. All right. Next question, the spooky guy. What are your favorite off-label O&R uses? I like it for glass. I like it for interior cleaning. I like it for carpet cleaning. I like it for upholstery cleaning. I use it here on my house. I actually use it on this couch to clean my couch. I use it to clean my TV. I use it all around the house. It's an amazing product. It works great for everything. Anthony, any other uses?
Oh man, like I'd probably say everything from kitchen cleaning to cleaning like my electronics. Like so, I use O&R to clean my computers. So
yeah,
stainless is fantastic as well.
It's awesome.
Great at cleaning floors. I mean, O&R is just kind of magic in all those ways.
That's actually an excellent point. We used O&R to clean all the walls in the building when we first moved into the Rag Company HQ, where it is now. Literally, my parents, John and I, were all taking mops and cleaning off all the walls because the building had been, vacant for a little while. So it was really dusty and stuff. But yeah, no, O&R did an amazing job just cleaning up all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we got Mike here. What's the latest technology in microfiber towels? Are there any new towels coming for the new year? Levi, what say you? That's kind of what I was gonna do. Yeah.
We've already released a lot of new stuff this year, and we've had some struggles with other stuff this year. So I'm just going to tell you guys to be patient and wait and see what we come up with. So
supply and transport are a bit troublesome this year. It's just kind of the lay of the land as it is right now. Thank you, Deke Marshall, for that wonderful question. Best prep for the dog carriage. Boy, thanks, bud. Maybe that's another use for O&R too, I guess.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll have you know, he should go check out the Wash Wednesday where Anthony helps Jasper Strongbow clean a mini horse. We literally did a Wash Wednesday with a miniature horse.
That is a real episode.
Basically Lil Sebastian, but not Lil Sebastian. Just kind of looks like him. That was it.
That was John's mini horse.
Go check that out. Okay. And then we've got Ed asking, I bought CC Hydrocharge coating to try on my car as a first ceramic coating, but considering all the work involved, I'm thinking of C5. Would this be a good place to start?
I'd go CSL over C5. So C5 is a wheel coating, and if you're going to coat your car as your first ceramic coating, you're going to want to go with so Hydrocharge is a different brand.
Fun fact: yeah. Ed actually deleted his comment, so they pulled this before he deleted it.
Okay, I see.
So
okay,
I think the system saves it. That's why.
Yeah.
But no, he.
But if it's your first ceramic coating, I would go CSL.
Yeah.
CSL with EXO on top.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, why not?
Carissa here, Levi, got her.
What's up, girl? All right. Hey, guys, I'm almost out of Chemical Guys Heavy Duty Compound. I love the Uno Protect so much, and I'm wanting to use the same brand. What do you suggest? We have just placed an order for Rupes DA Cut and DA Fine, and they will be in the store hopefully in the next few weeks. So I would say either wait and pick some up then, or if you can't wait, you can find Rupes DA Cut. It's a really good product. Or DA Fine, you can find it anywhere else and pick it up if you don't have time to wait for us, Carissa. But that's some good stuff, and I think you'll be really impressed. I think you'll like it. It works a lot like Wipe Off's easy, Wipe Off's nice. We did a video with Dylan while I was here, cutting a hood on a black minivan. Yeah,
but when we get
it was a black minivan, and it was a HD cut with a blue wool. And it finished out so well, we almost didn't need to polish it. It's pretty crazy stuff. So really nice product.
Yeah, it was very
yeah.
impressive. It really was.
I was pretty shocked. So, all right.
Alkaline Tophat asking, I've been using my IK 2.0 sprayer, non-foam, aka Pro 2 sprayer, for around a year now, and the pressure valve has started leaking air pressure. Any chance I could buy a new pressure valve? Anthony,
we're working on that.
Yeah, so we're going to try to get some more spare parts coming down the line from IK. And so I'd just say stay on the lookout for probably early 2021, and we should have a wide variety of these things and well packaged as well. So that's something to look forward to.
If not, you know, you can look online, and there's some suppliers available. If you look up, just Google IK sprayer parts. There's a company already carrying some of them. And you can pick them up there.
Yeah,
so
maybe I'll find some there. All right. So, by the way, R2R seems to continually improve my towels. Thanks, says Chris.
I know, right? It's crazy.
It's
crazy.
It gets better with every wash.
Nuts.
Honestly, that's probably the product we're number one most excited about coming out this year. That was the big one. We've been working on that for a long time.
Yeah, and you think about like all the people that have been kind of not sure on the fence about it, or
you see a lot of those comments. I'm skeptical. Why do I need this one?
Poo in it. Yeah, don't need it.
Yeah.
One of the benefits is it makes the towels better every wash, and
yeah,
I can't think of another, you know, laundry detergent or towel detergent or microfiber cleaner period in the history that has that consistency where it actually makes the towel better. So
no, because
literally rags to riches.
The really, really good ones, you know, the ones that like take all the crap out of your towels, the ones that are currently on the market other than R2R right now, they aren't the ones that'll unseal your towels, but they're traditionally considered some of the better like microfiber detergents available. Sometimes you find it would like leach the colors out of your towels and make them feel a little kind of crispy. You kind of get that sensation with the towels, and it was not what you're looking for. Whereas this, you don't have those problems, at least not that I've seen. I can't speak for everybody, but in my experience using it, it's been really good, and they seem to get better each time.
Yep.
Yeah, that is true.
All right. Next up, Hans. Anthony, you got this one.
Oh, okay. So Alkaline or Han says, I think not all day Anthony once said spare parts would end up with almost the same cost as the new IK 2.0 sprayer. So we're going forward. That shouldn't be the case. Basically, we're going to try to get these parts as cost efficient as possible. That way, people don't have to just buy a new sprayer. They'll be able to replace things as they need. And so, and a big thing too is that if you guys haven't watched my IK sprayer cleaning video on the FAQ channel, please go and watch that, because that is a great video that kind of goes through everything. And maybe if your sprayer is just not acting correct, or you just needs a refresh, that's a good place to start.
Yeah, type IK sprayer FAQ into YouTube, and you should get it's in the results somewhere where it's a full teardown that Anthony does. And then subscribe to that channel if you haven't already, because that one is where we answer these kinds of questions all the time. I know you guys laugh, but if I don't say it, people just continue to not subscribe. So
you're right, Dane. You're absolutely right.
All right. So Hans here. When are Anthony's dogs going to be on this Q&A, though? Or the Master of Shine wildebeest?
Well, Lucky was on in the beginning. I was holding him right before, but then he ran away.
Yeah.
and
No.
Watson was asleep on the floor at my feet like
I
a
was gonna
good
say,
dog, not on the furniture, at his master's feet. That's where a dog belongs. And so they were here. They were in the room. I just didn't show you guys what they're supposed to do. The only thing they're allowed on the furniture is the cats. Yeah, because they clean themselves. Dogs don't. So.
Yeah, no, my dog runs the show around here. I think Anthony, you love your good boys, don't you?
Yeah, I don't know where they're at right now. They're somewhere in the house. I don't know.
Oh no,
Yeah.
damn. Not gonna lie, I creeped Anthony's Facebook page, and well, I'll never look at Nike tank tops the same way again. Sorry, bud. See, you did that to yourself. You brought that on yourself. So nobody else do that unless you know
Put that darkness
you
on
don't
us.
have eye bleach. If you don't have eye bleach handy, not much we can do for you. All right, moving on.
Yeah.
We got Maru Mashi here asking, do you carry detailing supplies during road trips? I think it just
I do.
means kind of in the traditional like individual road trips, not like when we go on company trips.
Yeah, no, when I travel, I do. I usually bring a little bit of bottle of O&R in a small bucket, just in case I want to clean the car. Because some of the trips, like if I hit something heavy, like, you know, then I want to try and get it clean before I go back, especially like we go to Utah and we get a lot of road salt and things like that on the car. So I want to clean it when we get there, and then I clean it. That way it's clean, and then that way when it gets home, I don't have 2 layers of stuff and grit and stuff. But
Yeah. Anthony, how about you?
Anthony,
Yeah, I usually carry I'll carry like OptiClean on me and a couple Eagles. That's like my,
Yeah.
I guess, my traveling solution. I mean, or some type of waterless wash or some type of safe quick detailer with some high pile towels is typically what I'll have on me. I mean, and I have them in I think all of my cars. And like the other day, I was out when I was driving the Evo around, and God forbid I go to get gas, and usually I time the drip right when you go to pull it out. I did
Oh,
not time this
random
correctly,
drop.
and it went all the way down the side of the car, and I was like, oh my God, right? And so that's when I pull out my to go quick detailing solution package, and give it a couple sprays, and safely wipe it off. And so yeah, that's what I carry on me.
Yeah, I got G-Tech
nice.
Quick Detailer and like a shopping bag with some Eagle 350s and the Jag. And then in the Tacoma, I've got O&R and just like a little bottle, and then some like creatures. That's about it.
Nice.
All right. So we got Ed here. By the way, congrats on the Pepsi sponsorship. We'll legit buy more Pepsi because of it. Oh, Ed.
Thank
That's really
you,
kind.
Ed.
Wow.
We're just waiting on the guys to come back and refill our cooler.
Levi's hard.
Yeah, I was saying like trying to get our guy back to refill our cooler. Hopefully he's watching, but we just received a brand new Pepsi fridge, another one for the studio. So hey, that's something. It's empty.
It's like
We need to put some product in it, but it's in the studio. So we have our Bang fridge, we have our Pepsi fridge, and we have a Mountain Dew fridge at the studio. So and then the throwback fridge, courtesy of our friends at New Air, there. And then as you can see, I've got my Pepsi sign here in my theater. It's one of the family heirlooms, so to speak. And then I've got my Pepsi.
Is that a Guardians of the Galaxy
right
poster?
It is. It is it's one of my kids' favorite movies. So it's Guardians of the Galaxy 2. They look like they're a group. And then this one is my wife's favorite movie of all time, What's Up, Doc? From the late 60s.
We don't see the other sign.
It's a great movie.
We don't see that one.
Oh, yeah, you can't see, huh? So I guess I'll have to, let me do this. I'll go around so that way people can kind of get a view. Look at that. Ooh.
There you go.
Wow.
Okay. Oh, very decorated.
Very nice.
And sharp. And then
Good
over
ambiance
out
up there.
the door. Yeah, and then out the door there, right on the ground. That's the Pepsi and Pete fridge, hanging out, chilling. So
see, now I gotta
good
feel
stuff.
like
Is that
all I've got
is
behind me.
that hardwood in there, Dane or Levi? Or is it
That
carpet?
is, it's
Can't
a
quite-
parquet flooring, parquet hardwood.
A film canister from
Dane.
Entourage I took from when I used to work in film school. And just a little, slate. And it says Hollywood. Oh, it's very quaint. And then I have a nice
Ooh.
Louis Fuller painting there that's actually real and legit and really nice. So that's all I've got over here. But I felt like I had to share, a little environment there too.
Very
I
nice.
didn't want to feel
Very
like
nice, Dane.
All right. So, question. Kiran Patel says, how does Koshemi Green Star compare to Optimum Power Clean for cleaning, strength, and safety?
Well, it smells better for one. I don't have enough. Anthony and I don't have enough knowledge.
Given.
We don't have enough knowledge behind Green Star. I will say we really, really like it because what I like most is that it cleans, it rinses away very clean, which is nice. I don't know exactly like how much stronger it is than say Power Clean. Power Clean is an animal. You can take it and degrease an engine block straight. And I don't know if you get that same effect with Green Star as you would with Power Clean. It's just a much stronger product.
Green Star's been really good on our floor
something like
cleaner.
that. But Green Star's nice. What I like too is we were able to add it to GSF and get some extra cleaning ability out of GSF to pre-clean the surface.
That was cool, combining those two.
Yeah.
Okay, what else? We've got next up. Just waiting for the comment to change here. And it's not changing.
I think the guys forgot. I think they
just forgot about
Todd
us.
Baker. Yeah.
There
All
you
right,
go.
Todd Baker, not including glass coatings. What glass sealants do you like? Honestly, one of my favorite glass sealants of all time is Beadmaker. Just Beadmaker, period, on glass. I think is really, really great, and is probably my best. Is one of the easiest, safest, and most simplest glass cleaners to use. So.
Yep.
But if you're looking for and that's a sealant, right? Now, if you want to talk coatings, it's a whole other thing. Glass coatings are very specific and very different for each person. I will say we've seen some great stuff. Dane's using the new View, the PNS View glass coating that is on his car. I'm running G1 on my window on the Suburban still, holding up really well. So, yeah. Feel free to pick and choose what you like, but I will say for the money, man, just put Beadmaker on your glass. Cheap, easy, simple. All right, Alkaline Trio says if Anthony wears his lederhosen on the next Q&A, he needs to strut onto the set with runway music playing.
I would absolutely
do that. We can do that. And then, yeah. G. Davis did say, though, that Anthony, is it true that you and the accounting team from Koshemi were asked to leave your Schnitzel Garden birthday party?
It is true. Yeah. That is a very true thing that happened.
All right. Next up,
awesome.
we've
All
got
right, Scott Matern. Can a standard IK trigger sprayer be used for Green Star or FSE without issue, or would I need a chemical resistant version? You can use the standard IK.
No,
it's all right. It's totally.
You can use the standard. I would recommend diluting the Green Star though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I lose my so my video's not working, and I'm sorry guys.
Yeah, your video's gone. You're just black. I think.
Well, Katie called me, and I went to go decline it, and then it just killed my camera. So, but I'm still here.
Yeah,
so.
You may just have to. If you click back on, if you close out that window, click back on the link, it'll bump you right back in.
Yeah, there's a little button at the bottom that you can toggle.
Click back on the link. You should be able to do that. All right, Kirby Thompson asking, no Q&A next week, so only the Tuesday show? I just joined. Sorry if you're not already covered. Kirby, we are having a Q&A. It's a morning show on Christmas Eve. So.
Yep.
Sign up for that. It's on YouTube right now. Like where you're watching it, you can just. It's right there. It's right next to it.
Yeah.
So Dane already made the thumbnail.
Yeah, I did that because I knew people would ask.
Hans wants to know, Anthony, if you wear your lederhosen, will you start singing David Hasselhoff songs?
Well, only if Lars.
Yeah, he's calling back in right now. So it's a great one, Hans. I think he might.
he
He's a
is.
big fan of that. There he is.
All right, let's reiterate
All
for him
right.
since he just got back.
Hans wanted to know if you do wear your lederhosen, will you sing David Hasselhoff songs?
Absolutely. I don't even know one David Hasselhoff song, but I will sing something. Absolutely.
Lars
I
will
think
help
he just
you. Don't
covers
worry.
just about every song. So I think you could just sing
Okay.
any
That'll
song and
help.
it would be a David Hasselhoff song.
Maybe like Firework by Katy Perry or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Not the same,
Sure.
but sure.
Yep. No, I'm pretty sure it works pretty good. You just cover
Let's
stuff.
help out Scott Mattern here. If an IK 1.5 foam sprayer does not spray very well anymore, is there a fix? It still makes good foam,
Scott.
just more of a spinning than a spray. Wheel cleaner may or may not have been left on for a few months.
Scott, I would say watch my cleaning video would probably be the best thing that you can do. And so go to the Brad Company FAQ channel and go and watch the teardown. And I think that'll put you on the right track.
You clean it out like you shows,
there you
and if it doesn't perform almost like new or like new, then it's something else. But I think that would almost guarantee fix most people's issues.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Oh, Rick, easiest way to get the dog smell out of a car.
Don't put your dog
Anthony,
in a car.
Well, I mean, for those of us
Easiest
who
way.
just love
Easiest
taking
way.
our
Don't take
dogs
your dog
along
in the
in
car.
car, and it's just a fact of life. The dog wants to come along. What do?
You put him in the bed.
Okay,
I'm
for
kidding,
those
Dane.
who
I'm
don't
kidding.
have a
I'm
pickup, or a
No,
flat
easy.
tire,
Buy a
get it.
truck.
So
Yeah, just buy a truck.
no, I would
Problem
say
solved.
realistically, so dog smell can go pretty deep, right? It can go sometimes beyond the
Yep.
fabric and it can go into the foam. And so, I mean, it comes down to using products like Terminator, for example, which is an enzyme. It's an enzyme cleaner. And so something like that will be able to break down smells pretty well. So like my car, for example, when I first got my Honda Civic, it smelled like dog forever. I mean, it basically continued to smell like dog as I was finding and unearthing more dog hair. But basically, once I got all the dog hair out and got all that stuff out, I did do a deep clean with O&R, power clean, all sorts of stuff, but it still didn't remove the smell. It wasn't until that I used Terminator that the smell was killed, and it was killed off. And so that along with removing the smell from my vents was a big thing. And so steaming my vents was actually able to remove a lot of that residual scent
Did you
that
have
I had
a
within
did
the
you have
AC
a
system.
did you have a cabin filter in there?
There is no cabin filter in those cars.
Yeah.
So
That's
So
another
that's
good thing
another
to
good
check,
reason
though.
to do
Car
that.
does have one.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, 90% of the
Okay.
time it's Hans's tip is clean everything, fabric, headliner, carpet, plastics. After that, ozone machine for 2 hours. Ozone will kill anything. The biggest thing is just making sure you vacuum up any residual things that are causing the smell. If you know, like Anthony said, he got everything out and he cleaned it, but it still had that smell, there's a spot that smell was still lingering. And in that sense, that's most likely, like you said, the vents could be the filter. There could be some form of protein, like the dog could have vomited in the carpet. The proteins are still active from the vomit. The enzymes are still there. And so that's when you need an enzymatic cleaner to break those protein chains, which is why
because
you use
even an
Terminator.
ozone machine is if you don't get to the source of where that smell is coming from and actually use something like an enzyme cleaner, the ozone will simply remove it for a short period of time and it will come back. I mean, and I guarantee you it will. And so it was the same thing on my truck, right? Like my truck had that weird, nasty milkshake smell. You guys remember?
Yeah, it was a protein.
It smelled like,
it was a protein that was
it was
still in the air.
It was a rotten smell. And so even after I thought I had cleaned everything and ozoned the truck, 3 different times, I was still finding that smell. It wasn't until I was able to open up and dislodge that rear door that was stuck that I revealed more of that milkshake, right? And so I was able to finally clean that and permanently get rid of the smell. But I will say, though, that the ozone machine helped for days, but it did not help in the long term.
Right. Yep.
That's
all
fair.
right.
What do we got next, guys? Delphine.
Says, I'm not
I'm
expecting my
expect-
rag switches detergent. Oh, I am expecting. Do I really need to let my old towels soak first because they're not so bad? No, you can soak them if you want to.
They're not
You can
bad.
soak them if you don't want to. It's totally fine. You don't have to do it. If you don't want to do it, throw them in the wash. I haven't been soaking since I've been testing and using rag switches. I've always just thrown them straight into the wash and washed. And I haven't
That's
had
the
any
worst.
issues. Now, there are some people that do like to soak. You're more welcome to. You're going to get a better clean, but you could also just use a little more detergent. You can go 2-3
Well,
ounces
and
in the wash if you want,
Anthony
but you
has
don't have
found
to.
like the first wash he did with some towels, like it brought him back a bit, but the second wash like unlocked a lot of that potential. So like sometimes
Yeah.
multiple
Correct.
washes will really bring back those really dead towels just as much as pre-soaking will in some cases. So for the people who are like,
Yeah.
oh, I have this bag of like towels that are 2, 3, 5 years old and they're just been sitting in the corner of my garage, can I bring those back? Well, that's where pre-soaking would probably be in order.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Okay. Yep. Next
All right,
up,
Sheldon.
Any recommendations for removing
Good.
extreme mildew stains from a white convertible top? Ooh, a white convertible top. You'll see everything.
Bleach.
Mm.
Honestly, it is. If you look for a mildew remover, they're mostly just bleach. So I would say, look for like some marine style stuff. There's a lot of mold and algae and growth stuff that kills it, but it is basically just bleach. So you can mix up some bleach and water. You could
so for
spray it
example,
on that
like
white
Babe's boat detailing supplies. They have a mildew remover that works fantastic, and that's a decent one. And the smell reminds me of the back of a frozen yogurt facility. Now, don't ask me how I know what the back of a frozen
spend a lot of time in the back of the frozen yogurts.
So
I would expect that.
I don't know.
Levi ice cream,
so here's the deal. Here's the deal, Anthony. Mildew removers are bleach. So what you were probably smelling is the towels that have bleach in them that they use to clean out the machines at the end. So what you were smelling was a bleach-like solution. Now, be careful because I destroyed my Wash Wednesday hoodie by using Babe's mildew remover on the back of that little three-wheeler parking vehicle I detailed. The rear tub didn't have any weep holes, and so it was full of mold and mildew, and it was just really gross. So I used mildew remover in there and sprayed it. But when I was leaning over, I was spraying all the way up and around, and I went across my chest with it, and so I bleached it all out. And so,
well, you gave it characters.
Be careful. Yeah. Be careful. It changes the shirts, so be careful with it.
Well, and I guess this is kind of like an off the wall one, but if it's a cream colored, not white, like if it's truly white, bleach, but if it's cream colored, you might run into discoloration too, I might think.
He's probably already run it into discoloration, and he wants it clean. That's why he's looking for a mildew stain remover. So, you'll be fine. Use Babes. It's good stuff.
David Cervantes, was there a Wash Wednesday this week? No, there was not, because we've run out of Wash Wednesdays for the time being. And plus, it's winter, so it's harder to get people with the like cool cars to bring them out because the weather hasn't been so hot. But we don't plan on stopping the show by any means. It's just kind of on hiatus until we have some nicer weather and the people start bringing their cars out again. It's a fact of life. And I know somebody will say, oh, bring out the cool off-roaders and stuff. Well, even those people like to keep them bundled up in the winter because a lot of times they're for show more than they are for go.
Well, that's how Dane's Tacoma is. It's a show car, so he drives it every day.
My car is so clean. All right. So,
you drive the Jag. You daily drive the Jag. You keep the truck in the garage. That's how you do it. It's
normally,
every day
Normally, yeah. But I gotta wait for that dealer appointment that I had to set up, and we'll see how that goes. So that'll be fun to find out. Whole Foods asks, hi, after using Rupa's all-in-one.
Who are friends at Whole Foods?
Brilliant Shine Detailer. So wants to know if you can put Brilliant Shine Detailer, Sonex, Brilliant Shine Detailer, Sonex BSD.
You can use. You can use BSD over the top. It's not going to hurt anything. I mean, basically, BSD is it still has some some sealant-like properties to it, and so you're basically just kind of putting a sealant on top of a sealant. I'd say just the only thing to look out for would be streaking. So maybe you try diluting the BSD 1-to-1 with some distilled water, and you might have some better luck in the application process. But you can absolutely do that.
Yeah. So we missed
Smoother
Details Auto Studio. We missed their comment. What floor mat cleaner restore have you had consistent durability with? Trying to reduce, eliminate, return to cloudy. Stoner, no bueno, McKee's, etc. So I will say that McKee's does have a floor mat rejuvenator that I really, really like. It's a cleaner and a protectant all in one, and so it's crazy because you spray it on, let it sit, scrub the floor mats, rinse them off, let them dry, and then once they're dry, you can just throw them right back in the car. But they look like they've been cleaned, scrubbed, degreased, and then dressed. But they're not greasy. They're not. I mean, it's a very unique product, and I don't know how they did that, but it's really good. So check out that one. I really like the McKee's one. I know Anthony does too. That is quite possibly one of our favorite products of their lineup. Is that floor mat cleaner, but just because I haven't seen anything like it. So, all right. So back to the list. Kevin 53. Okay, guys, missed a part. Need to catch up my headphones later. If I don't catch you next week, I wish you all awesome holidays to you, your family, and all the TRC crew. Don't go crazy, just enough. Thank you, Kevin 53.
That's right about.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays, brother. All right, Rick Heine. In wheat jig nog in gode bandedressing. Ik ben steeds minder far van optiband. Vak moet ik twee lagen anabragen op nakete banden voor complete coverage. I'm assuming what he said is what's a good exterior, what's a good dressing? Seems to me OptiBond. You want to use some of that. Make sure that you cover the whole car. Rick, I think that's Dutch. I'm not sure. Let me know. All right. Then G. Davis asking the big question. Have you ever considered branching out into Hanukkah gifts? I would be interested in kosher bead maker and a Dane line of microfiber socks and wallets.
Imagine
I would
dropping
also
your
be
wallet.
interested
Be
in that.
delightfable. Socks and wallets.
Oh man, you think your socks are bad enough when you step into like a wet puddle or something. Imagine the microfiber
Right.
socks. They hold it, so much of it. Every time you step, it's just another puddle forming in your shoe. Ugh.
Sick.
Sick.
All right,
Yeah.
so getting to Ed finally, he said that he was thinking of C1. Ed, I would go with CSL instead of C1. I think you're going to have a better experience.
Yeah.
C1 was
there you
because
go.
your truck was a single stage paint and you were just wanting to make sure whatever
Well,
you put
no,
on there was like
C1 is rock hard, man. C1's a killer coating. I just think that for a beginner, I think that CSL is a better place to start. And even a better beginner coating would be gloss coat.
Yeah. No, for beginners, that's a good way to go. It puts you in the right mindset so you can adapt later on. All right, Hans here. We got what was tire restore is Ergoed of Koch. TRC Europe. Oh man, I'm not even gonna try with this. Levi, do your thing.
They're speaking Dutch, looks like.
Yeah.
So TRC Europe heft hit will opt mij auto gebruik ik OPT TPC in daarna goig reinig met Bijev Breakbuster. And then Kirby Thompson says, or G. Davis says, laughs back to Kirby Thompson. Hans then continues, TPC blift erg lang zitten in is allen reinigen vak goeneg. Probably talking about the beauty of tire protection coating for tires and the best way, cleaning wheels, dressing the tires, making everything look sharp. Kirby Thompson just wants to know, do you need to wash off Clarity Cream or just wipe it off like a polish? Just wipe it off like a polish. Like a Polish sausage.
Yeah, we're not wiping anything like a Polish sausage. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
just wipe it off.
This has all gone so
And then
south.
Rick replies back to Hans in more Dutch. Delphine goes into the next one. What's your experience with leather steering wheels? I clean and condition mine with Brioche products. It looks great for now, but would some kind of sealant help in the long run? Yes, Delphine, tomorrow we have Color Lock products 30% off. I would recommend you stock up on those. They make great products. They've got a steering wheel restoration kit. They have vinyl leather kits. And honestly, using their sealant for your steering wheel is the best thing you could do. So use their cleaner, clean up the steering wheel, throw the sealant on, boom, done. Looks sharp. 30% off tomorrow. Purchase some. All right. Hans back again, speaking more Dutch.
No,
Rick
we're
speaking
not doing
more.
this.
Oh no, Rick is translated back to English and says O&R on interior glass, drying with an FTW towel works awesome. So there you go. Pretty nice stuff. Hans says the only thing you can't do with O&R is drink it or foam it. That's true. Then Carissa back at it, a truck that I've done Uno Protect and Bead Maker. Now the customer wants a coating. Can I just O&R and then IPA OptiSeal, O&R everything, car, house, great. I would say yes, you could O&R it, but I would probably put something like panel wipe on it, wipe it all down, G-Technic panel wipe, just to make sure. A lot of the sealants will have held up and bonded. If you wipe it clean with panel wipe, whatever's left, you may just have to hit with a light polish. Do not use Uno Protect back over that spot. Just use something else, but you shouldn't have any issues. You get a lot of great correction with Uno Protect, but it's just the waxes and sealants. They need to be out of the system, so to speak, by the time you do that. So just do that. I think you'll be all right. Martin, is it okay if I use cotton towels when detailing? If not, why not? Merry Christmas. You can. I just don't recommend them on the exterior because they do induce scratching. You can use them on the interior, but you're going to go through a lot of them because microfiber is more absorbent, so therefore more efficient, better cleaning capabilities than you would if you had cotton. I used cotton for 20 years until I switched, and when I switched, I did nicer microfiber on the outside, still use cotton terry towels for interior cleaning until about a year later, and then I bought towels to clean the interior with from the rag company.
And
So
microfiber picks
it is
up
possible.
everything, whereas cotton will just kind of push it around. So like if you're dealing with kind of a smudgy, mud covered surface or, different kinds of dirts and soils and stuff, your microfiber towel is going to pick more up and hold on to it a lot better than a cotton towel will.
Yeah.
Your cotton towel, if it kind of bunches up, it's not going to actually get embedded in the fibers. It's going to like fall back out the second you open it up. Obviously, it'll smear some on the towel, but the microfiber towel is going to hold it a lot better. So, like cleaning door jambs is kind of what I'm picturing because I know some people are like, "Oh, I use my bad towels for that." You can, but a microfiber towel, even a decremented microfiber towel, is going to do a better job than a cotton one will. It'll take less time. It's going to take less effort. Really, it's just on you if you want to use a cotton. It's usually because you just want to take the cheaper route, and I get that, but definitely not on your exterior paints.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Eder Robles asking, dumb question, but why does everyone hate Chemical Guys? Chemical Guys is a good brand, and for a lot of folks, it's their very first entrance into good detailing products.
They're widespread.
But they're very easy to get. They're very accessible. You can find your way in to grab them. A lot of times, though, once your detailing skills build up, you kind of hit the limits of a lot of those products. They're designed to be a consumer-friendly product, and just like all products, it's just like buying a consumer-grade tool rather than a professional-level tool. Once you hit that kind of wall, you notice that it just doesn't work as well, or you're not getting the results that you want. And that's why people change over. The hard part is when there's
usually
once you get past it.
Go ahead, Dane. Usually people's first step when they leave like an auto parts store, it's like the next thing. It's the first thing they buy online. Usually, like, I'm looking what comes.
Exactly.
Oh, because CG has been around for a good while, and their marketing is like the thing that got it out in front of everybody. Yeah. So people notice it. They're like, oh, that looks cool. So they try that, and that's usually the first thing they find. And because people do that, more people find it because Google search engine, places like that see, oh, people keep looking for something, they keep winding up at this spot, I'll just keep feeding it more. So
Yep.
it's like SEO on the back end. It gets more technical, but
There you go.
more people see it. So therefore, it seems like there's a stronger opinion on the internet. But, you know, the internet has its own little, you know, communities that can get all ragey and stuff. So
All right.
depending on
Last
you'll hear
last
that.
minute of the show here. Chris Giovanni says Angel Tears make towels better, but realistically, you're better off spending $20 with the rag company instead of going on a Constantine escapade. Fun fact, we were talking about Constantine right before we started this podcast, Chris. I swear you put a bug in my house. Very strange. Alkaline says only TRC could make guys excited about laundry detergent. Love my bottle of R2R. Hans is having a great time talking in Dutch to lots of friends. Sweezy's World said Levi just made me yawn. Good, I'm glad. David M. Dane playing Cyberpunk on that new Xbox yet? And then Hans saying the MOS is looking sharp. Hans says G Davis says Levi, can you show us the Luke Berge Memorial bunk bed? Yes, I can. For this last minute, I will show it to you guys here.
Man.
However, when Luke
Grant's
spent the night, he stayed here on the couch. But here's the
Memorial
the
bunk bed.
Oh man.
So,
you need a plaque on it that just says Luke
I know,
Berge was
right?
here.
Yeah, but however, Luke spent the night on this couch, so it folds out down even farther.
There you
So
go.
it's very nice, comfortable for him. And then
Grant Hawtrey here with TRC and Recreation. Levi equals Ron Swanson.
I think I lost my audio.
Hardcore there. Oh, sorry. I think we lost Levi's audio there. But basically, Levi equals Ron Swanson. Dane equals Chris Traeger. And Perkins. Anthony equals Andy Dwyer. So, yeah, no, Anthony, regardless of how the other two pan out, Anthony is definitely Andy. Straight up. Like, I couldn't think of a better match there. David here asking, now here's the real question. Do you guys like fried eggs on your burgers? I'm a thumbs up on that.
I am also a thumbs up on that. So I think that's pretty good. But I don't know if Levi's going to be able to come back.
Oh, no. It looks like we lost him there. But Maru Mashi here asking, how do I get rid of hard water spots on my grill? Tried using CarPro Spotless, but it did nothing. Okay, so looks like we got Levi back here.
I'm back.
All right, go ahead and answer Maru.
Water
I would
spots
try,
on my grill. Wow, go ahead,
G-Technic W9, man. It's a killer water spot remover. I would say that would be the best place to start. And if it's still on there, you can try maybe some light polish to see if you can remove it. It just kind of depends on what material the grill is, because it could be chrome, it could be black plastic, but I've had a lot of luck with W9 from G-Technic on a lot of water spots.
All right. And then we got Jack here. Guys, we're already over the hour, so we are going to power through these, but we will answer the detailing questions here. I'll let Levi kind of power through
Jack,
this second here.
Well, I'll blast through some of these. So Scott says, thank you. Madhu says, would it make sense to use tri-clean first, clean off dirt, oils followed with fresh up? Yes, that is correct. Jack Canale, how would you recommend cleaning a tar spot out of a carpet floor mat? That is gross and not fun, and I do not recommend doing that. But here's your deal. You're going to get a tar remover, put a little bit on a towel, and work it that way. Do not spray your tar remover into the carpet, because if you do, it's much denser liquid, and it's going to travel into your underlayment, and you're never going to get that smell out of your car. So put it on a towel, use it that way if you can. That's the easiest, fastest way. Other than that, you could use lacquer thinner to remove it, but you want to be safe around your carpet because you might damage it. But lacquer thinner is faster and it burns off better in the sense that the alcohol evaporates. So I know it sounds funny, but it is, lacquer thinner works for a lot of great stuff, guys. So
it's his other O&R basically.
That's right. Corey Mather, what's the safest method to clear tar off a ceramic coated vehicle? Can you use a tar remover like Tarex? Yes. How do iron removers work too? Same way, dude. Glycol thiolate is the active ingredient, and it basically changes it and dissolves the iron. That's what makes cars bleed. Ricardo B, hey guys, when will Solution Finish Over the Top be available? Next year, brother. Literally 2021. We're going to be launching it probably sometime after the first of the year. And then Hans replied again, some more. Madhu, what's a better insect remover? Bug remover or PNS? G-Technic's bug remover, PNS bug off. What do you think, Anthony?
I'm gonna go ahead and say, I mean, honestly, either or is gonna be good, but I know we've played more with G-Technics Bug Remover than we have with Bug Off, so I would say
Yeah.
G-Technics would be a good bet.
There you go. All right. Delphine saying, thank you guys. Happy holidays. Thank you to Delphine. We appreciate it. Alkaline, you guys want to do a Wash Wednesday on a moving truck? Who knows? Maybe if you're in it, we might. Whole Foods says, great. Thanks. Joe Exotic says, what are your guys' thoughts on a maintenance program for detailing that involves detailing a client's car monthly or bi-monthly? I think it's a great idea. And if you do it right, you'll make a lot of money off of the folks. Why not charge them $100, give them 4 washes a year or 2 washes a year, or set up something else. People will gladly pay for it if your quality's there. David Cervantes, can we do like a shop wash Wednesday or an introduction to all the background employees like Next Day Nate and Gabe? Yeah, it's a great idea, David. We should do that.
It is.
And then
Let's do
Hans,
that when we can
Alkaline
bring the
Trio,
guys
is
together.
Luke driving through Boise with his big old truck can stop? Yeah. Hans says, good job doing the Dutch. You're welcome, man. Johan, hi from South Africa. Hello, man. Anyone have plastic interiors turn whitish after using APC 1 to 10? How to remedy? Probably clean them again, but use less. That APC sounds very, very strong. Probably try 1 to 30 dilution. Then you are going to need to get a dressing on top of all this plastic because you basically bleach the plastic. Then Spooky Towel. Do damp towels dry better than dry towels? Yes, they do. David Cervantes. Johan, I believe that is the residue. Yep, correct. He's saying rewash it, wipe it with towel. Wiped it off with McGuire's new car scent protectant. Still turns whitish. Yeah, I think you faded it. Ed, looks like CSL's out of stock, but we'll keep an eye out. Thanks, Ed. Johan said it's a new vehicle. Sorry, man. Kirby Thompson, good night, all. Levi, no response from Carolyn or Jeff. I have forwarded it, and we did talk to them. They forwarded it on to John Green, the COO, to figure that out. And again, thank you for your offer, man. We appreciate it. I'm sure they're working on a solution. Han, Spooky Guy, Dan. All right, Ricardo, happy holidays. You're welcome. Thanks, guys. David Cervantes, can we get a video bug off? I can't find anything on YouTube. We will see what we can do. Wanted to tell everybody I'm going to be on a podcast tomorrow morning with some of our friends in Norway. So,
Yeah.
Levi.
Well, you better share that one around there so people know about it. But
Well, I don't think I'm going to be
guys,
live, but I will be on a podcast.
well, okay, so share it after the fact. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Of course, subscribe to the Rag Company YouTube channel here and the Rag Company podcast and Rag Company FAQ YouTube channels, where you can find all kinds of information where we help you guys out. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening if you're in the future. And take advantage of the sale that's going on right now. Go check it out at theragcompany.com. Okay, so until next week, we'll catch you later. See ya.
See ya.